An amazing story of compassion from a complete stranger. A security guard at a Clayton County Waffle House was working his normal shift when a father and son caught his eye.
Yeah, he realized something wasn't right there and started talking to them. And just a few minutes later, the security guard made a big offer to that father and son. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us live with their story. Angelique?
Let's be honest here. This security guard probably did something that you and I wouldn't imagine doing, and that is helping a total stranger. But the homeless man who was on the benefit of what he did says he doesn't know where he would be without him.
I was homeless by myself. I could survive the street on my own, but to come down to child, it was a total different game for me.
Lamont Hammond says his 8-year-old son Monty is his world, and although he had been homeless before as an individual, he just couldn't imagine having his son to sleep on the streets. With very little money in his pocket, he headed into this Waffle House on Tara Boulevard, not knowing what to do next. That's when he met security officer Amen Webster.
I was trying to get a hotel for me and my son to stay in, but all the hotels was too expensive. I was being really stressed out. I didn't want to see my little boy in the street.
Security officer Webster says he had been homeless before and could see the pain written all over Lamont's face. So he sat down and talked to him.
I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, man, I got a bad day, man. I'm homeless on the streets and my girl done put me out and I ain't got nowhere to stay. And I'm looking at the little boy, he's shivering and cold and everything.
Webster told the Waffle House manager he needed a quick break. He took total strangers Lamont and Monty to his 2-bedroom apartment, then headed back to work. Fortunately, Lamont has a job. He works at Zaxby's and gets a disability check and hopes to be back on his feet again. But he says he will never forget the security guard that took him in when he had no place else to go.
And he's offered me to let me stay in his wonderful apartment, you know, and I'm thankful for people like that God put me to.
That story makes my heart warm. Now, coming up all new at 6 o'clock, we'll tell you where Lamont and his son hope to end up as soon as tomorrow if everything goes as planned. Reporting live in Clayton County, Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.